Hello and welcome to this third presentation of kloiMsGML for microstation. In this session we will have a closer look at the export. So we have the data that you probably perhaps have seen before, and this one is that this is the data that we have seen before. We have the setup database, everything is linked, all the setup is there. So now we want to go to say, okay, I have this data, so now I just want to export it. And I'm also exporting it according to the same setup as we had for the import. So there's other different tools here, but let's say, okay, the first thing is to say, okay, I want to export this according to this database here, and then I want to create a HTML file, and let's say I have test 15, and then down here I'm selecting a schema. That means that I want to export it according to the schema. This is the schemas that we have imported over time, but by adding on this dot here, you can add your own schema. So if you want to export according to a specified schema, then this is also possible. But I want to do it according to the schema here. And then the only thing left is to hit it, sweetheart, and then it will start exporting out into that test 15 that we have now. It's reading the setup and it's counting the database counting the features and so on, and now it starts exporting. Now we see that the export is finished, and we have a box here. We can see in the message box we have, again, this is written as error, but this should actually be just a notification. This is because we have some features that is not set up in the database. If you remember from the setup, we had this SkillPoint _ 9002, and we didn't set up all attributes for them, and for that reason we get this warning here. In the next version of the program there will be a more appropriate message in this box here, but that's the reason why we get this one here. But anyway, we finished the export, and I think it would be appropriate to look a little bit at what is actually inside the XML file that we now exported. So I will open it here, and the first thing that we will see, I will also open the DML file that we had we imported, so that we can compare. So the first thing that we will notice is that here we have again this SkillPoint. That was the one that was split out in when we had the microstation. We had it in 3 different features, but now it's back into this one, and we can see that here it is with the value is 9002, and here it's with the value 9003. So, but they are back into this normal stage here. Sorry. Sorry. If I look here at the original file, then I would also see, but here it has a lot of other setups. Here there's more attributes, and that's because if you remember that when we made the setup, we didn't put these data in, so for that reason they are not into our system, and for that reason we can also not export them. So what we needed to do to have all this data as well is that we should also import it, and then into the setup, and then we could import it and export it with the same value. So here we have a DML file, and it's ready to send up to the client. And if we look at some of the other features, now I think we have a lot of these SkillPoint, but here we have matrikelskæl, that is the one that you remember that we used a little bit of time on setting up this one. But we can also see that all the data has been imported into our program, and then now it's exported again into this one, so it has attributes on all fields, and here we have the geometry and so on and so on. So this is kind of the idea. You see here we have jordstykke. This one was set up automatically, so everything here is also imported and it's also exported. But as we remember from the previous video, this one we are not setting it up in our environment, we are doing it just in an automatic way. But that is also fine, we get the data in and out again. Yes. This is the end of this presentation. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And also you can look at my homepage to get more information. This is www.kloi.dk, and you will here see more information about this product, and please contact me. Thank you.